Hello and welcome to another tutorial of Capitalism Lab. I'll make the same custom game as always, and we'll be looking into marketing. Marketing is very important because it gives you the additional, I don't really care about that, it gives you the additional value of the brand quality in the overall side. So if you look at cities, in this case they're almost the same, but sometimes you'll find that you have a city with 1 million, some cities which have 4 million, and that basically means that it will take more time to get your branding higher. The first thing you always want to look into is your branding type. The corporate one is one brand for everyone. That is useful if you're looking into, one product brand, maybe one range of products, or very specific. So it's useful when you're very niche and looking at one thing. And it then is useful because you just advertise for one thing and it covers everyone. But it's not too effective because once you grow out of another or go into another product range, so if you're a furniture press and you go into another one, your customers will start losing loyalty because of the corporate brand. The best one I find is the range brand. So I always like to go with the range brand. The next thing you want to look into is products. You'll see that in some products, in cases of, for example, in beverage, okay, let's go to products actually, manufacturer's guide, looking at beverage. You'll see that for cola, in some cases, for Coca-Cola, okay, it doesn't show it here, so I definitely need to go here. There you go. Coca-Cola has a 45% effect on branding. So that means that whoever gets the brand first is almost winning the game. So if we go with Coca-Cola right now, I don't know if I can produce it with available things. That's not available, that's not available. So I probably need to put a corn farm up. So let's actually do that. When does corn start? So I probably will cut the side out. This is August. So let me fast forward this to, in the meantime, I'll just put an R&D. And I'll look into one more product just to show you how the range thing works. That means that I need milk. Oh, I see the zoning now. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is the new deal, so you haven't really played with it. So we need milk here. So yeah, let's get milk going here. And I'll just set up the farm from now because I'll end up forgetting it. And I'll see you when, yeah, let me just do the setup and I'll skip the game. I'll cut this part out to show you to the point where it really matters. Okay, so I've got bottled milk now, right? If we look at bottled milk, you can see that branding is still important. So what I always like to do is I like to start with a discount mega store. Get a good place, 36, 36, there you go, 57. Start with my own product, get an advertising, and then I'll get in 4 more products from the port, which maybe gives me good margins. And then link it to the highest one, put it at 500,000. And this means that in this place, I will be losing 500 per month, right? And I want to get my average as close to the city one. That means I need to decrease my bottled milk price. Then I'm manufacturing it. Let me just make it at 0.59. Should make it way cheaper here. So let's do it that way. Let's go down here. This one is okay. This one's okay. This one is okay. So I'm going to duplicate this firm, do the same for the next city. one's okay. This one is not okay, so let's bring it down. And in here you can see that I'm almost selling it at cost, which is still okay. Which you'll see why in a bit. And I believe there's one city left, so let me do that actually. And my bottled milk is almost okay. And here I'll be making a loss. But that is quite alright. You can now see that my branding is slowly catching up. So going back to my main city, I've got costs of these costs, which at this point I really don't care because it's a tutorial. So you probably wouldn't be making a farm in January when this thing is only going to start in August. So I fast forwarded the game very quickly. And you can see now that the idea is that these other products, oh, my money is, so I'll probably borrow money in a bit, but you can see now that this is sort of helping me sort of survive, you could say. But now the branding has hit 50, so I'm going to pause the game. And now you can see that my branding has gone quite high, which means that 25% is now being affected, and this is quite high. So I can improve my pricing now. I'll bring it down up to 50 in here. Bring it down up to 30 in here. 35 is okay. Bring it down up to 40 in here. So by investing in branding, I have easily made my prices go higher. Yeah. It's good. You can now see that I've got all my texts are done. Hopefully this one is April. So I'm gonna wait till April. February, March, and April. So you can see now that the losses are decreasing. This is becoming less, which now means that I've got corn, which means that my cola is not working, right? So, and you can see that branding is already at 80, quality is already high. So that means that because of using the range way, while I was selling my milk, my branding was going higher, which now means that I can get rid of the least profitable item here, which is the briefcase, and replace it with cola. And I'm going to do that for every other store. So you can always just put in the advertising there as well. So that doesn't really, I think it's better to do it. I just forgot to do it. So that is pretty much that. Put in your advertising. If you want to get rid of it quickly, you can clear the stock. And you can now see that the Coca-Cola is here. And you can see that the branding is 89. And you've got high quality because of the research we just did. Which means that now we can have a field day. Because the overall 18 means that I can almost bring it to 30. This one, if you go to Edna, the reason being that the briefcases haven't sold, so I'm just clear the stock. I'll come in here again. You can see it's 89. That's just because of the branding. I'll bring this down to 30 as well. And the same goes for Pelican Roads. This one already has it. So this one's 80. So we can obviously do the same. Bring it down up to 35 maybe. 35. 36. And the same happens in here. So cola is being sold. You can now see that I even need to be producing more Coca-Cola, which I won't do it in this side because you can always check out the supply and demand episode. So automatically, you can now see that my Coca-Cola here, pretty much I need more of Coca-Cola, so I can probably put up one more factory. But what's interesting is, because of the branding I've got, I was able to increase my price, which gave me this at 140. This is at 160, which I could probably increase the price even further because the city average is 41. So this is the benefit of doing high advertising, spending big at the start. And you can see here as well, I can increase my prices even more. And this game will go on. And as you grow, you'll have more products coming in, which will take this over. And in this case, you can see that if I put in another factory of Coca-Cola, you'll have one more factory producing more things and you'll be able to sell more. And that is the basics of why spending big in the start is quite useful. So here, other people are buying from me as well. You can take this down. Here you can see that branding went up again. We can bring it to 30 maybe. Here again, we can bring it to 35. 40 is okay. And we do the same. So you can now see that just right here, I mean, bottled milk is not a big market. We all know that. But you can see that we've almost captured the entire market from bottled milk. Looking back to Coca-Cola, you can see the same here. It's a 2 million market. And my overall is this much. This side as well. And the reason why, you can see that the branding is high. Now that the branding is high in Minnesota, you simply need to hold your position now. You don't need to spend that much. You can decrease this to 250 because it's a full branding. So that is pretty much what your marketing can do. So you probably want, so because I have high training now, they are producing more. Got enough corn, it's more than enough, and this one is more than enough. So you can now see that this one is now making 270. It almost doubled because of my branding rating. The store is still making a loss because of advertising, which is expected. And here you can see that these guys, if you want, you can still decrease a bit more if you can increase your sales, and you'll see it'll go a bit higher. So slowly, you'll capture the entire market just by doing good advertising. And you can see here, almost captured quite a bit of the market. And I'm sure if I put in a bit more of, make it a bit more cheaper, probably more sell more. But you can still see that, you've got 220 here, 270 here. It's just that the population is not that high. I mean, it's just 2 million people in total. So the population is not that high. But if you have a city of 4 million or something, it's going to work out. I hope that helps, and I will see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.